I hope you're doing well today. I hope you have good health. I hope that you have a strong focus, a clear vision for the future, and that you overcome the obstacles that stand in your way. The only person that can tell you how to live is yourself, you know? And finding yourself is a very weird process because I think there's so many things about people, or about human nature, that we just don't really grasp. Like, think about it, right? You're asleep, your eyes are closed, right? You're sleeping, and then you're in the Sahara Desert. You're in the Sahara Desert, and you're scrounging for water, and you're thirsty, right? You find a pool of water. You go up, you scoop your hands, you go to drink it, and you wake up, and you're like, whoa, and you're actually in your bed. Were you experiencing a different reality, or were you in the same reality having different thoughts? I know that sounded super fake deep, but like really think about it, bro. Really think about it. What is reality? Who are you really? What do you represent? Do you ever think about questions like that even? Like, are these things that you really know? And are these things that you will ever know? Because once you become comfortable enough in yourself, don't you think that you won't require things outside of yourself to make you happy? There's this one guy, he's like a doctor or something, and he basically he left the practice to go live in the mountains. And you could look at that from the outside in and be like, well, you're a doctor. You owe it to society to heal the people. But like, he found something within himself that did not resonate with the life path he chose. Figure out your values, figure out what you stand for, and then design your life path in congruence with you. Because if you try to overreach or do things that don't matter to you just for the sake of appearances, or just to kind of look a certain way to society or appeal to society in a certain way, it's going to bite you, because you're going to realize like, oh, like I actually don't want this at all. And that's not a way to live. Why would you live in a way that is counterproductive to who you are? Every year of life, you're going to become a slightly different person than who you were the previous year. The way you think at 11 years old is definitely not the same way you think at 20, right? Like at 11, you don't care, bro. You're out here playing video games and eating junk food and stuff like that, right? You turn like 20. 20 is still like, you can still do that. But let's say you turn like 30, 40, bro. The same junk food you were eating, your stomach is going to start feeling it, bro. It's going to start feeling it. You're going to feel heavy, slow. Your joints are going to hurt. Your back is going to hurt. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just can't make the same kind of decisions. You can't be the same kind of person. I believe to be able to find yourself, to be able to genuinely figure out the kind of person that you want to be, is to journal. If you journal, you write down your thoughts every single day, every night, every week, whatever. Having a kind of documentation of what your internal expressions are, when you look back on it, you can find consistencies. So you can find things that come up again. And maybe you already journal, maybe you don't journal, but look at what you've always really wanted. Maybe you already journal right now. And if you don't, I recommend you do. And if you don't, maybe you already journal right now. And if you don't, I recommend you do. And if you do, I recommend you look into your old entries, like early entries, and just go through and look at what you used to talk about. Even if you don't journal, think about what you've always had a desire for, strong desires for, what you've always wanted to achieve, and kind of piece together how that fits into your identity, into who you are as a person. Once you have a better sense of that, you can get an idea of like how you can structure your goals. People will be like, yo, be a doctor, be a lawyer, go to college, right? Or maybe if you're in like a more like open liberal home or whatever, people will be like, go to art school, be an artist, make music. You know what I'm saying? All these people, everyone will tell you what you should do until you learn what you want to do. And if you never learn who you are or what you want, you will go down a path in life where your entire reality is based on other people's perception and opinions. I've always believed that you should have control over things like your income, your health, whatever. And I remember when I was younger, I wanted to do errands for money. And I asked my parents, and I was like, hey, if I do the dishes and if I clean the house and do something like that, can I get paid, right? Like just like something small, like $2, bro. I was like 10, right? I was a little kid. And I remember I was told to not ask family for money. That's a perception that's based on somebody else's experience, right? There are certain things in life that you just have to learn the consequence from for you to adapt and evolve. Theory can only take you so far. Practice is what matters, right? And if you can put yourself in a position where you can understand and learn from other people and be able to see their perspective, that's way different than being told how to live your life. And I think there's obviously a logical limit to this, right? You don't want children like to make their own decisions. Like babies and toddlers and young children, like, yeah, okay, tell them what to do. Okay, you got to shape and mold them. But there does come a certain point in your life where you have to start taking control of it, and you have to start taking accountability for it. And you have to realize that the decisions you make need to be directed on your own perspective, on your own life experience, regardless of how other people will feel about it. Because if you don't have the courage to be disliked, if you don't have the courage to be polarizing, you will never attain a certain level of freedom in your life. You'll always have that master just telling you from over here, just, you gotta listen to me. See, that's the master right there. You gotta listen to me. You gotta do what I tell you. And it's like, do you want to live that way? If you want to, that's fine. Resign yourself to it. But for people who don't, it all starts here. This is where you find your satisfaction. Not in your car, not in your home, not even in your money, believe it or not, within yourself. So focus on that and make it a priority. Anyways, that's the message. Watch this video, subscribe, and I'll catch you tomorrow.